So I've never heard about men getting pregnant. I've never heard about this argument. It must be some part of what you call the far left that is so minuscule that I, who am...
No, Jane.
What?
It's not minuscule, and I'm sorry, you can't throw this back on us. I assume it's because you are locked into media that just never wants anyone in their audience to know anything sketchy about the blue team.
On the newest episode of Club Random, Bill Maher completely shredded Jane Fonda's woke arguments, and it was honestly a show on its own. Fonda came in acting like she was on another safe space podcast where every line gets applauded. But instead, she ended up sitting across from Maher, the anti-woke sharpshooter himself. Calm, precise, and ready to tear her script apart.
Was it about a garage door?
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that is...
No, you know this about California. Come
No,
on.
I don't.
Well,
I'm sorry, I don't.
You've never heard that California is overtaxed and overregulated? That we are a one-party state where there's sort of no checks on that sort of extreme leftism. And what do you think?
I don't for a minute consider California a state that is extreme leftist. Not at all, not any way.
Well, that shows where your politics are.
Wow, there's a lot going on here. Jane Fonda is so deep inside the Hollywood echo chamber that she's basically lost track of what normal life even feels like. She's been surrounded by bright lights, industry cheers, and self-approved activists for so long that she started confusing the spotlight with reality. In her universe, catchphrases take the place of reasoning, and performative virtue is treated like deep insight. But Maher? No, he's not buying any of it. He's ready to walk in with a needle of plain truth and burst that oversized Hollywood bubble, pulling Fonda back down to the real world, where people actually work, struggle, and face real outcomes. Buckle up. This one's about to get messy.
They became the birthers, they became the Tea Party. There's about a third of this country that's very hard right. Of course they love Trump. When he left office, he had an approval rating of 34%. So he really only had those people. Why is he now like tied? Because the other part of the coalition are people who, they don't really like him that much. They just think the far left has gone so nutty on so many issues.
That's what they're being told.
That's what they...
By people like you.
Because it's true. You think the far left does nothing crazy?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
You can almost feel the air tighten as the two of them square up. It's that charged quiet right before the verbal swings begin. And here's the real twist. In one moment, Jane Fonda insists Maher is exaggerating about the far left losing its grip. And in the next breath, she basically confirms it. Perfect. That kind of contradiction is practically a signature move on the far left. Deny everything, dodge the point, then accidentally hand your critic the win. It's like watching political irony perform itself in real time. Maher sees it, the crowd sees it, and Fonda's about to learn it the tough way. All right, let's keep moving.
Who is the far left? What do you mean when you say far left?
I mean, I could give you a million examples.
Yeah, well, give me one.
Okay, the NAACP.
You think the NAACP is far
Could
left?
I finish my sentence?
Yes.
You asked me for an example.
Yeah.
Travel advisory, you know, that's like the State Department does to go to, I'm sure when you went to Vietnam, they were advising you not to. There's a war on.
I didn't talk to them. I don't have no.
I know, but you know a travel advisory.
Yeah.
Today we have them for very dangerous countries. You
Yeah.
know, don't go to North Korea. Don't go to Iran.
Yeah.
You know where they issued a travel advisory for black people not to go?
Yeah.
Florida. Every day there's stories like that that just makes people roll their eyes and go, are you people nuts? Even if they don't matter that much, I don't think one person listened to this and thought, I can't go to Florida. But they just suggest something to the average person, which I completely understand, which is, wow, do you people ever find anything that's ridiculous?
Woke isn't just a personality trait or a trending mindset anymore. It's turned into a full-scale ideology, one that slips into everything. Culture, politics, media, even the way people think they're permitted to speak. It's a worldview that openly picks a fight with basic common sense, bends science into activism, and rewrites the past to create a comforting fantasy. Facts get downgraded. Logic becomes offensive, and feelings suddenly outrank reality. That's the real issue. This stopped being about fairness a long time ago. Now it's about control wrapped in moral pressure. I only wish Maher had pushed that point even harder. He brushed against it, sure, but didn't quite go all the way, maybe to avoid losing his liberal base. Still, someone has to call it like it is. Woke culture is an advancement. It's the quiet breakdown of rational thinking.
You really think men can get pregnant? You know, that kind of stuff. And I understand that a trans woman can get pregnant. That's different than a man getting pregnant. Insist on blurring that line as if that's some sort of reasonable social cause, as opposed to just being for having full rights, respect, and protection for trans people.
No, transgender women cannot become pregnant. That's simply how human biology works. And Maher has a point when he argues that the trans movement should prioritize real rights and protections instead of trying to redefine scientific facts. There's a huge difference between asking for dignity and demanding that everyone ignore basic reality to satisfy an ideology. Credibility takes a hit when activists push claims that conflict with well-established biology, like saying men can carry babies or that gender has no connection to sex at all. Those extreme narratives don't bring people together. They push away potential supporters. Real progress comes from defending personal freedoms, ensuring respect, and keeping space for honest discussion. But when the conversation turns into policing speech, shutting down differing opinions, or shaming anyone who asks.
So I've never heard about men getting pregnant. I've never heard about this argument. It must be some part of what you call the far left that is so minuscule that I, who am...
No, Jane,
What?
It's not minuscule, and I'm sorry, you can't throw this back on us. I assume it's because you are locked into media that just never wants anyone in their audience to know anything sketchy about the blue team.
And that's where the whole conversation finally cracked. Jane Fonda tried to shift gears faster than a politician caught saying the quiet part out loud. One moment, she's defending the far-left talking points, and the next, she's pretending she's never heard anyone claim that men can get pregnant. Come on, Jane. That slogan has been shouted across talk shows, college panels, activist rallies, and social media for years. You can't suddenly act like it was never said. Then, once she realized she'd cornered herself, she scrambled to downplay it by insisting the woke left is just a tiny sliver of the Democratic Party. But Maher wasn't letting that slide. With one clean, cutting response, he snapped her argument in half and pointed out that these ideas aren't fringe anymore. They've become standard talking points in today's progressive spaces. That exchange revealed everything in real time. The denial, the last-minute spin, and the attempt to rewrite what everyone has already seen. And
And that's...
I mean, I don't know. I read two papers, and maybe I don't. I should watch Fox News.
No,
I guess.
I don't watch that. That's too far. But you don't have to. I'm not going to torture myself.
And that's how the exchange wrapped up, with Jane Fonda basically signaling defeat. Backed into a corner and clearly uneasy, she tried to lighten the moment by joking that she should have watched more Fox News. But that slip revealed everything. It wasn't just a joke. It was an unintentional admission that she's been stuck inside her own echo chamber. For years, the Hollywood bubble kept her insulated from the raw, unfiltered debate happening in mainstream news, online, and in everyday homes. While she floated in constant praise from like-minded circles, the real world kept shifting without her. Maher simply lifted the curtain, and for the first time, she saw just how disconnected that world has become. Sometimes truth doesn't need volume, it just needs to burst the bubble.
That certainly has been the history of this country, was police who were all too willing to shoot black people. So defund the police, though, was not a good idea, and you know who mostly didn't think it was a good idea was black people. Because they want police in their neighborhoods, probably more than we need them in ours.
That's the core issue with woke culture. It runs on impulse, not reflection. The loudest activists rarely pause to think about the long-term fallout of their demands. They just jump on whatever trend feels righteous, and when reality flips the script, they pretend they never pushed it. Take defund the police. A few years back, it was shouted everywhere, even within many black communities, as if it was the ultimate moral position. But fast forward, and the consequences hit hard. Crime spiked, neighborhoods felt less safe, and now those same communities understand more than anyone how essential law enforcement is. It's a harsh reminder that chasing feel-good slogans without thinking through the aftermath usually ends up hurting the very people they claim to defend.
But the Republicans tried to catch the Democrats with this, and they put this on, they brought it up in Congress.
Yeah.
And all the Democrats voted against it. The Democratic politicians were not for defunding the police. It's that radical fringe that has captured a lot of the media, academia, some of these cultural institutions that are not liberal anymore by my old school liberalism. The ACLU is all about free speech. They don't really believe in it anymore. They believe, in one of their chief people who is trans said, I will die on this hill of banning this book.
Maher is completely right. The woke left has become the loudest and most influential force in the Democratic Party, steering the entire conversation. They shape the tone, the rules, and even decide which topics are safe to mention. Meanwhile, the so-called moderates barely push back. Most stay quiet because they're afraid of being branded bigots or traitors. And the few who do speak up face immediate backlash, smear campaigns, professional consequences, and in extreme cases, even death threats. This isn't about healthy debate anymore. It's about obeying a constantly shifting moral rulebook. Maher's warning hits hard. If the left doesn't regain control, the woke fringe will drag the whole party into political irrelevance.
Top story. Most voters say U.S. can't repair severe divisions. They went into the fact that 5 years ago, even during the pandemic and during the George Floyd protests, even then, people thought, well, we are going to get through this. And now they seem to be on the page of, it's not going to happen.
Bill,
what do we do? But did you see the story?
Yeah, and I think what's new about this moment, one of my teachers and friends, Doug Seidman, likes to say this, we aren't divided, we are being divided.
That's right.
By companies for profit, okay? And we have our divisions, we always have.
For once, I actually find myself agreeing with Van Jones. We do need a unified space on social media, a place where different viewpoints aren't filtered out but allowed to clash. Right now, algorithms treat us like children, serving only the content that keeps us comfortable and shields us from anything that challenges our beliefs. That's not awareness. That's intellectual isolation. If we want real dialogue in this country, we need to confront opinions that push us, irritate us, and force us to think. The left should hear what the right is saying, and the right should understand what the left believes, not through cherry-picked outrage clips, but through genuine conversations. Otherwise, we stay trapped in digital echo chambers, confusing comfort for truth. And that's dangerous. And with that, we wrap up today's video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.